Snack if you need a snack.
No, I don't want to, be crunching in people's ears, and sometimes, it's a little too much, a little overstimulating.
Thank you so much for coming to Soul Sessions, all of you guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Okay, so first, wow,
There are turns.
things are happening outside. Okay, I always forget to ask. So, what are you listening to right now?
Beyonce.
Okay,
That's
which like new or
You know what? Okay, so I have this thing like when I'm down in the dumps, I have this like elevation, like Beyonce elevation playlist. And so it always starts out with American Requiem because that's a slow tempo. So it meets you where you are. Like if you're sad, 9 times out of 10 or depressed, your heart rate and your blood pressure can tend to be a little bit on the lower side. And then you elevate it. So after we go from American Requiem, we go into I'm That Girl at the top of Renaissance. Then we go into Mood Forever. And then we go into, I think Black Parade. But if I really want to get dancing, it'll be like Get Me Bodied, like 2009 Beyonce. But I'm very into like sound healing and therapeutic music. So the tempo of the songs that I listen to will usually depend on whether or not I need to like ground myself and calm down or if I need to amp myself up. And
cool?
Yeah.
I love that. Who else? Anybody else? Anybody new? Anybody old school? Anything?
Man. I feel like I listen to like a lot of random people. I just found McGee. He's this like rock. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about. He's like this like alternative rock person, McGee. And it's spelled really cool.
Yeah,
It's like
can you
MK
spell?
period GEE.
Oh, see, I don't. I guess I'm old.
No,
because
you're
now
not.
like I just get so confused. Like
There's
with
a
the
lot.
like platinum with an upside down, like with a V instead of an A, and I'm like, why are we doing that? Don't worry about it. Don't look at that. But, like, why
Don't even look at it.
But why are we doing this? I'm so confused by this. How do
a
I
lot.
say that? How do I?
How do we speak it? I kind of had to go to his social media and stalk him to see. And he has like pronounced McGee. And then when I Googled him, it was like his last name. So he just took his last name and spelled it differently. And it's like a whole lore to it. But I heard this song called I Want. And actually, the gig that we did a gig with this other band that I sing in called Nubian Collective. And they just had it playing over the speakers. And I Shazammed it. I was like, who is this guy? Like, this is top tier stuff. But it's like nice upbeat kind of rock music when it's like a really sunny day and you're driving with the windows down in the car. It's like vibey. Really vibey.
Cool.
But I like his stuff.
I love that you have the imagery. It's got to be like a scene.
I am an aesthete, yes.
I love it. Okay, so all the way back, taking it back then.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into music?
My father is a musician and he plays a lot of instruments, which is very annoying because I don't play any instruments. And he plays like everything. I've never seen him pick up an instrument he couldn't play. And so he used to play bass and stuff all the time. And I was actually born in Memphis, so he used to gig a lot on like Beale Street. And my mom was always at shows. And she went to see Patti LaBelle a lot. And I got touched by Little Richard. I was in my mom's stomach, and she was at the airport. And she was like, "Oh my God, Little Richard! Oh my God!" And he was like, "Oh my God, girl, you pregnant?" He died before I could tell him that we've met before. I was fully prepared to share that story. But I came out and my dad would play, and as a baby, I was like, nah, 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 like trying to match the pitch with whatever he was playing or singing at the time. And so then I kept doing it, and my dad was like, listen, at 5, yo, you sounded kind of crazy. If you're going to be my kid, we got to get you in some classes or something, because if you're going to be singing, we got to make it sound good. And I stuck with it.
So then you did it in school. You had lessons, like, and also, can you explain, I guess, the classical aspect of things, like your training there?
Yeah. So first thing my mama did to save me from my father telling me that I needed to work on my singing, she found a teacher. Her name was Georgia Farmer. Really nice lady. A newlywed too. Her husband was also very kind, and she was giving lessons in her house. And she had done like Broadway singing and stuff like that. So she introduced me to the world of Broadway, Les Mis, and all that jazz in the early 2000s, which was popping at the time. And I stuck with that for a couple of years. And obviously, I was like singing in church a ton as well, because my father was playing in church. And then there was like a little bit of a break. I started doing other things, gymnastics and stuff. And then when I got into like middle school, high school, I was like, oh, let me sign up for chorus. And in chorus, my teachers were like classically trained musicians. So they shared a lot of that with me. And when I went to college, I went to UNC Chapel Hill. I was like, oh, let me take a music class for fun. And there was a lady there by the name of Dr. Louise Toppin. She is she's like a world-renowned black opera singer specifically, so that was where representation finally made its way over to me in the classical realm. And she put me to the side and she was like, you got like a voice, like you could really do this. And I was like, okay, cool, let me take some classes. And then I saw the price tag and she was like, listen, girl, if you can make that money shake, I think you could really do something with this. So I had really dope parents who were like, all right, we'll pay for whatever vocal competitions, whatever it is that you need to experience that world. And then just being black, I was like, I ain't gonna stop being black, so I'm gonna keep singing R&B. And I'm trying now to build a space where both of those worlds collide.
That's awesome. So when you got here for college, you stayed. Is that how that worked out, or?
Yeah, well, I'm from High Point, so when I went to Chapel Hill, I was there for 4 years, and it was cool. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, and I was set to go to law school, and I was gonna move to Atlanta. And then during the summer, I was like, nah, I think I want to do music, Dad. And he was like, what you mean? Because I'd spent a lot of time going to do the law school thing. And so then I stayed here for a year, and I actually ended up moving to Cambridge, Massachusetts. And I was there for a few years, and I ended up getting my master's in vocal performance. So it was more classical stuff. And then COVID hit, and I was like, I'm going to take my behind back down to the South. Y'all don't even have cornbread up here, so yeah.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah. It was a time.
Yeah.
It is a time. Still. I mean, high key.
So where does that leave you now? What are you up to? You mentioned an upcoming project. What is your momentum? What carries you through the day? What are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, I am always singing. I am always singing. In the shower, in the car, it doesn't really matter. So I'm building a career with music so that I can have as much music in my life as possible so that it is acceptable for me to be singing all the time, because you cannot do that in like a regular workplace. You know, you gotta shut up at some point. And I do have a project that's coming out. It's Fire and Water, and we've got a upbeat side that is designed with therapeutic music to get you dancing and get your heart rate up if that's what you need, if you're somebody who's going through a time where you feel really low. And then I also have a water side, which is designed to sort of cool you down just a little bit. And that's where Hope is from, the song that I just did. Again, shout out to Evo for being so patient and so multi-talented in producing and then also musically arranging some songs. So yeah, that's where we are. We're just building, getting out, and also like connecting with other artists in the triad. There are a lot of really cool artists here that are doing amazing things. Like I said, I also sing in a band called Nubian Collective, and it's like very eclectic hip hop, which is really fun because it's like covers of some of my favorite stuff from the 90s and the 2000s, and then also like being able to create new fusion music. I think fusion music is where the music industry will be headed in like 5 to 10 years, because everybody's tired of hearing 70s, 80s, and 90s remakes. They want to know what 2020 sounds like.
Yeah, agreed. So can you say more about fusion as a genre?
Yeah, because I mean with the Italian art song, well, that's not an art song, it's an aria, Italian aria, and going into the jazz standard. For me as an artist personally, because I listen to so much music, and what I'm listening to on any given day depends on exactly how I'm feeling in that moment, I feel like that's probably the same way for like a lot of people. Like sometimes you walk in and you're in the mood to listen to classic rock, and sometimes you want to listen to hip hop, and sometimes you want to listen to blues from 1935. Shout out to Son House, who's a wonderful blues musician. If you don't know him, look him up. And he's my birthday twin. So, like, I want to be able to create spaces where people can come in and be themselves fully and authentically. And I think that sonically, that sounds like not necessarily just sticking to one genre in any performance. It's about, like, building something where all types of people can identify with what type of music that I'm doing. And then I also think as it relates to fusion, like, music is so globalized right now because we're on TikTok and social media and all of the things. And so if everybody everywhere is connecting, then we start to lose some of the specificity around like regional sounds. Like nobody could tell me what North Carolina sound is for real. I mean, there are some things that you can pick out. And I think some of that is related to what type of genre you're talking about. But it looks different because we are all like listening to people from Atlanta, from Philly, from London, from Africa, somewhere on that continent. You know, like there's so much that's coming in. And so I think that the fusion of those sounds will be something that'll start to speak to people.
Yeah, I love that.
Thank you.
So, what about the band? How did this come together? How did this come to be?
Yeah, okay, so what had happened was um, I was doing shows in my dad's restaurant. We have a restaurant called the Uncle Rob Restaurant. They low-key be sponsors of this stuff, y'all, so shout out to them. And it's on South Holden Road in Greensboro. And it's like a soul food restaurant. But my father being a musician, him and his homies will come in there, and they do like juke joint style, Motown style shows, because there's a lot of older patrons that they have that really enjoy that type of music. And they would let me come in there, and I would get on this stage that they have built out, and I would just start, singing and stuff, and people would be like, oh, baby girl can sing. And then after a while, I ran into this guy who was my mom's coworker's son, but he was studying classical music in Boston right now, getting his doctorate. And he was just like, yo, it's time for you to get a band, bro. And it was like last year, and I was like, tried many iterations of that, but I don't really know what I'm doing musically, IDK. And he was like, listen, like, I'm going to send you some people that I think should be in your band. Bless you. Simultaneously, there was this guy that found me on Instagram, and he followed me. I followed him back, and then he started liking my stuff, and then I started liking his stuff, and then he started commenting on my stuff, and I started commenting on his stuff, and I was like, oh my God, he's so social. So then I slid in his DMs, and I was like, hey friend, we should link up. And he was like, yeah, I gotta ask my wife. And I was like, absolutely, girl's girl. And then we pulled up at the coffee shop, and we just started talking about all of the things. And I'm an Aries, and he's a Leo, and so we were aligned on this. We was aligned. And obviously, as you can see, he plays keys. So then I started talking to him, and I was just like, okay, well, would you mind coming and playing with me? We kind of broke, but would you mind coming and play with me at my dad's restaurant? So, all right, boom, got a keys player. Then, my homie that I had told you about in Boston, he was like, all right, I'm going to slide you dude's information. And that turned out to be Joseph. King is also my drummer. Joseph is usually drumming for me, though. And he's not here because he's getting married. Shout out to him. And Joseph was like, yeah, I know, right? Joseph was like, you want to talk on the phone and talk about this a little bit? And so I told him what I was doing. I was like, I think neo soul, and I got a couple spaces where we can perform and everything. He was like, cool. And then I was like, all right, I just need like a bass and like a guitar player. He was like, yo, I know a bassist. I play with this guy. I'm gonna send you his information. And then in come Evo. And then I hit up Evo, and I was like, yo, what's up? This is what I'm trying to do. And Evo was like, okay, cool. And then I had already been singing with Nubian Collective for a while, because when COVID happened, music sort of shut down, and then when music started opening up, there was a big circuit for like cover bands that were doing things. So King's been around for a minute because we be in multiple arenas together doing what it is that we do. But it was through singing with like cover groups and studying classical music that I could really figure out exactly what I wanted, and then I could start like finding people to join the band and be a part of my shenanigans.
I mean, that sounds easy.
It was, yeah, it kind of was. It kind of was. I was very fortunate. He handed me a drummer and a bass player. Like, it was crazy, crazy timing.
So where is everyone from?
Should I hand them the mic? You want to?
Sure, yeah. I live in Greensboro right now. I kind of grew up in the Winston area and then moved there after college. I went to UNC Asheville, so kind of moved all around North Carolina, but yeah.
I live in Greensboro right now, but I was born and raised in Selma, North Carolina, and I'm real proud of it. It's a real little town, so I got a lot of kinship with little towns, little rural towns. But yeah, Selma, North Carolina. Actually, I wrote a book about it. It's coming out, so vibing. Excited.
Okay, we have an author.
Period. He said, that's all you're getting from me.
Noted. Okay.
King is the quiet
All
one.
right.
A king, yeah, a king.
So, what are the plans for the band? / K Marion.
Get us money. Get us money. You know what I'm saying? Get us some gigs. Make good music. make good music that helps people. I feel like music is such a spiritual experience for me. It's honestly the only time that I get very still. If y'all been around, y'all was here when we was doing sound check. Y'all see my personality. Like I'm very bouncy. I got a lot of energy. I'll be outside. They gonna tell you the same thing. That's why they be laughing. They really do put up with my shenanigans, you guys. I'm like a little kid. But when I sing, I feel like I get very, very still and I'm at peace. And that's the experience that I want to create for audiences. So that's the plan. It's just to be able to touch as many lives as possible, get some money, you know what I'm saying? Get these brothers paid, for dealing with me, and loving me and just being down to make music and expand.
Okay, so expanding meaning leaving the area or staying here forever?
I have so many thoughts about this, and this is what I would like to happen in an ideal world. Ideally, I want to live in Greensboro because I have a Taurus moon and we value stability. And exactly, Taurus gang, we up here. And I know this place, I love this place. I think that there's a lot of potential that people don't necessarily take the time to see. It's an Amber Alert. Okay. In McKay's in Georgia. Oh, snap. Amber Alert. Okay, no, it's not an Amber Alert. We good.
Mine was
They
was
looking
last.
for a suspect.
I have mine on Do Not Disturb, but they were like, no, you're gonna
You
get
will be
this.
disturbed.
You're gonna
You
get
will
this
be
message.
disturbed. They're like, we don't care. We don't care. It's a sign that I should stay in North Carolina. Because the alert was in Georgia, so that I ain't moving to Atlanta now. Oh, I'm distracting the audience as we fix that. Yeah, I want to stay here because I think there's beauty here that people don't necessarily see. And just fly out. There are actually a lot of legends that live in North Carolina. Stephanie Mills is in Charlotte. Fantasia's in Charlotte. Maya Angelou was in Winston. There are a lot of people that are famous and do what it is that they do, but they call North Carolina home. So I would love to be able to just put everybody on a plane and we just go, sing for people that want to hear us, and we eat good food, and we have good vibes. Everybody get their own hotel room, so they don't got to deal with nobody snoring and, doing whatever it is they be doing. So, yeah, that's ideally the plan. I want to keep North Carolina home for me, and then just move to where the opportunity goes when it's appropriate.
Okay, so normally I ask your favorite spot in Winston. If you have one, okay. But seeing as Greensboro's, I guess okay. You could also tell us your favorite spot in Greensboro.
I do have a favorite spot in Winston. Actually, there's I think they're a German couple that came here. I think they moved in like 2005 or something like that. I could be getting the dates wrong. But the husband, his name is Nero. He had a restaurant in High Point called the Penny Path. And the Penny Path has since shut down, but there is one in Winston-Salem that they own. So if I can make time out to go to the Penny Path and get me a crepe, absolutely. I've been going to get crepes there for my birthday since I was 16.
In Ronaldo Village?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's top tier crepes. And it's like authentic European crepes because I'm studying classical music. You spend a lot of time with Europeans and European culture, and I do tend to be a little snobby about how I like my crepes.
That's important.
It is, and they're good. They're really good.
I haven't been there in a minute.
Man,
I'll go back.
yeah, I patronize the Penny Path people. They're a really sweet family. Like I said, I've been going since I was 16. I ain't gonna tell you how old I am now, but it's been a minute. And every birthday they add the little happy birthday.
Aww. That's sweet.
It is. They're really nice.
All right, I'm gonna go back, circle back. Okay, so last question. Mm-hmm. Who cares about music? Why do we care about music? Why does it matter?
I feel like music matters because it's almost like a separate language from just being able to speak to people. There's so much that can be communicated through music that you can't just physically say to a person. And I think that if we were to lose music today, like our ability to create music, then we would lose the ability to be able to connect in a deep way, in a more intimate way. I mean, people always remember like the songs they listened to in high school. or what songs were playing when you graduated, or what song you came to when you walked down the aisle to get married. Like those songs are like memory imprints in your mind. So I think that's why we care.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's great. Okay, so this is the part that you're ready for.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. We have two options.
Okay.
We have lyrically correct, which is trivia. Now I have something new too called culture karaoke. This is more like a card with hey, just pick a song that represents it. So it's like a softball.
Okay.
It's easy. So we're gonna just do one of those cards.
Yeah.
Just to get started.
We can do that.
Okay. All right. So it's so hard. I picked these, so I'm now gonna make you pick.
Oh man. And do I need to hand it back to you so I don't look at it?
Dear Mama, perform a song by a song. This is a typo. Perform a song by an artist that reminds you of your mom, and really, just give us a little snippet.
King is making me laugh in the back. I told him I was nervous about this, and so I was telling him, I was like, "Can you gotta support me during it?" So that reminds me of my mom. I got it. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Lo espero año en felicidad.
Okay, and that's because
my mother was the director of my daycare, and I was a daycare baby, so I went to work with her all the time. And when we lived in Georgia, prior to moving to North Carolina when I was younger, I had a lot of Latina daycare teachers. Sure. And around the holidays, they were playing music. And for whatever reason, Feliz Navidad was my favorite song. But I couldn't say Feliz Navidad because I was like 4. And so I went home one day and I was like, Mommy, play East Bunny Hop. And she was like, girl, what? And she went back and she was like, what are y'all playing for her? Like she keeps asking about the East Bunny Hop. And then they were like, she's trying to say Feliz Navidad. And so we got to work on her Spanish a little bit, but yeah. To this day, when Christmas comes around, she plays it for me. And she's like, you want to sing East Bunny Hop?
Okay. So we'll do some trivia now.
Okay.
All right. You ready? Okay. I try to know nominally the lyrics so I can help, but you have a band. So you don't need me. They're going to help you out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. In X Factor.
No, I'm not.
X Factor. Okay. In X Factor, what happens when Lauryn Hill tries to walk away? And so the key is showing your work and walking us through it by singing your answer.
Okay.
Okay. So first we gotta X Factor.
So it's every time I walk, you hurt yourself to make me stay. This is crazy. That's the part, right?
Yes, girl.
Okay.
He hurts himself to make her stay. That was fast.
I've been there. I told you I studied. I was listening to everything I could.
I was telling Alec, I'm not good at this, so it's hilarious that I'm like, hey everybody, what's the trivia? I have to start at the very beginning of the song and walk all the way there. So if it's like deep
it's
in
entertainment.
there, it takes a while.
Yeah.
But that was fast. Okay. What phone company did Destiny's Child want to call to turn their phone off?
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I just said Beyonce was my fave.
Way back.
This is, wait, hold on. This is, no, I don't want to say no, that's not my answer.
Mm-hmm.
To turn my phone off, it's Bugaboo.
That's right.
It's
okay.
Bugaboo.
Mm-hmm.
I am, it's a Bugaboo. Turn. Amazon, Epson,
Where's
MCI?
your band? Yes, girl. Oh my God. MCI, you just pulled that out of nowhere? Did he help you? Did he help you?
I don't know what you're referring to. Oh.
You. Right, well, there's band love. Okay. What does Tony Braxton say should have brought you home last night?
Love. Okay. Love should have brought you to me last night. I got to work on my Tony Braxton impersonations, but I love her voice. It's so deep and rich.
I know. So good.
It's a good one. My mom played her a lot.
according to En Vogue, what is he never gonna get?
My loving?
They're 11, but yeah, there was multiple choice for that one too. You didn't even need it. You really did study.
I did. I was like, if I just focus on like 80s, 90s, 2000s R&B, I should be able to do this.
Okay, yeah, you did great. This one's so easy. What two types of bodies of water did TLC say to stick to?
Rivers and the lakes that you're used to.
Okay, well, you have to sing some of it for us.
I can do the rap.
Oh, do the rap.
Yo, that was like, okay, hold on. She was like, I seen a rainbow yesterday, and too many storms could come and go, leaving a trace of not one God-given ray. You say because my life is 10 shades of gray. I pray all 10 fade away, seldom praising for the sunny days. And like his promise is true, only my faith can undo the many chances I blew to bring my life to a new, clear blue and unconditional. Skies have dried the tears from my eyes, no more lonely cries. Love me some Left Eye. She ate that up.
As did you. That was great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks.
good for you.
I try. You know, impersonating artists is how you get better at singing.
Huh. I meant to ask, do you do any like training currently for your operatic
I do, yeah. My voice teacher tortures me every 2 weeks for 2 hours.
I love that because I think about, getting, doing lessons again for my instrument.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing because you're obviously so talented, but you can always continue to hone.
You can, and you can add calisthenics in there, and then it's like a whole different beast. 'Cause that's what he does to me. He makes me plank and sing, and it is actual torture. I'm like, we should teach the military. they would lock everybody in basic training. If you had to sing and did do re mi fa so, like they would be locked.
That's awesome.
Strongest military on earth indeed.
Okay. This is the last one.
Okay.
According to Destiny's Child, what time was the club jumpin'?
Ladies, leave your man at home. The club is full of ballers and they pockets full grown. And all your fellas leave your girls with their friends. Cause it's 11:30 and the club is jumping. I had to think on that one. I was like, what time was it?
They had multiple choice, but I
Really?
knew you didn't need it.
Thanks.
You did great.
Thank you for your faith. Like I said, I was preparing for this.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. You guys were awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening.